Okay, let's see. It is time for Thriving Live. And I am just trying to shut down this other app, shut off my phone, my ringer, and arrive here. So let's get the live stream going on Facebook. And see if we can connect today. Sometimes you just never know. Yeah, looks like it's good. Public. All right, this meeting is being live streamed. Hooray. And I am excited to be here with you. Let's see. Wow, it is episode 34. Streaming live from the studio on Railroad Street in Great Barrington on the 8th of November, 2022. It's voting day today. Who's gone out to vote already? I hope all of you have. I really hope you have, even though it's a midterm election and not a presidential election, it is going to determine so much about our future, about our rights, about our democracy, and probably about the presidential election as well. So I really, really hope that you get out there and that you are doing it. And let's see. I am going to now jump right into the pleasure first grounding exercise. Yeah, to get us started and to get us here and grounded, right? Which is always, I find always very helpful. I hope you do too if you watch these. So yeah, here we go. Shutting off my phone, turning it over so that even if it lights up, I won't see it and be distracted. And I'm actually going to also hide other things from my screen so that I have no distractions, except for the ones in my mind. So those hopefully we will, in this exercise, also settle and, so to speak, close them down. Because I can always go back to them later. They will not disappear. Those activities and ideas and thoughts and suggestions are always going to be there in my head, and I can return to them at any time. But for right now, I want to settle in and get really present, get really grounded, and yeah, slow things down a bit so I can be here with you. Okay, so I am going to start today with some long, slow, deep breaths, as I often do. It's a good way to just get started. So long, slow inhale in through the nose, and a long, slow exhale out through the nose. One more of those. Nice. I feel better already. Definitely feel better already. How about you? So now that I've done a few slow, deep breaths, I'm going to invite you to do a few more with me if you'd like. And this time we'll be moving our shoulders up, back, and down, which will help open up open up our shoulders. Often we're like doing this, we're like working at the computer or driving, and our shoulders are often forward pretty much the majority of the day. Unless, of course, you do lots of push-ups or something, or, yoga or something like that. I just learned this exercise through a friend, a teacher of Kriya Yoga, who was recently in the area. And so he did a intro workshop. And just this one exercise I also found really helpful. So here we go. We're going to inhale. We're going to raise our shoulders up on the inhale. Bring them back so that almost try to get those wings, those scapulas, what do you call them? Shoulder blades, to kiss and meet in the middle. And then relax them down. Because I'm speaking, I definitely needed to exhale through my mouth. Ideally, you might be doing it through your nose, whatever works for you. We'll do a couple more of those, okay? So here we go. Inhale, shoulders up. Hold. Bring it back. Again. Inhale up. I don't know if you'll notice this. I'm noticing that by doing this, it's inviting more parts of my body to align into a straighter, more upright, better posture, more straight position. And it feels great having my shoulders back. Wow. So can do a few more of those and get present and grounded. You can do this whether you're sitting, you can do it if you're standing. Today I'm standing. I love doing this on a cushion. And before we go on to do more of those, another exercise he taught us was to practice like the idea of climbing a ladder, but with our hands, instead of like this in front of us, again, like bringing our shoulders together, the idea is to do it more like in alignment with our center. So we're exercising, training our arms or shoulders or physique or body, however we want to put it, to move differently, to experience a more lateral alignment for our shoulders and our movement. I know if we were literally climbing a ladder, this wouldn't work because our whole nose and everything would be like smushed up against the ladder, right? So it's just the idea, perhaps maybe, of reaching up and pulling down. Could be rings, it could be an elasticized band or something like that. And again, like working it. See how the light is hitting my shoulder here? That's because my arms are quite far back. See? And if I were doing a real ladder, it'd probably be more like this, right? In front of me. And if I were working on the computer, it'd be in front of me. And so the light is not able to hit here because my arms are in front. My shoulders are a little forward. So this exercise is about bringing our shoulders back and developing some familiarity, some practice with operating our arms, our hands, our space with more open shoulders. All right, so it's kind of fun. You can practice that anytime. The climbing ladder idea or the pulling down. I'm going to imagine pulling down, like those rings at the gym, so you can pull up your weight and stuff. I'm going to imagine I could imagine lifting my weight with the rings. I don't know. Experiment with it. I hope you get the gist. The idea is to open up our shoulders, make it more comfortable and familiar to bring our shoulders back. And unless we intentionally do that, it's not going to happen in the course of our day, most likely, because it's just not a common position or exercise that we do typically. Although swimming is pretty awesome, right? Like if you're swimming and doing backstroke, that can open up the shoulders to some degree. Anyway, I'd love to get back to swimming as well. That would be nice. Okay, so just to get a little more grounded here today, let's do what my friend Emily Fletcher often recommends in her Ziva meditations, a very simple meditation practice is to become aware of what's around us using our 5 senses. So if you've been on the channel before, you've definitely seen me do this. We start simply by closing our eyes, and no special posture or uprightness is needed. We could be lying down even. Can't do this walking because you have to have your eyes closed. But the idea is to get still, to get really still and really aware of what we're hearing, feeling, seeing, tasting, and smelling. And when I say seeing, even with our eyes closed, you will notice that you're still able to see through your eyelids, right? You can see patterns of light or, the shape of a window, that kind of thing. So we'll start with getting quiet, getting still, and listening, just listening to the sounds around us. What do you hear? Other than my voice, what are the primary sounds you are aware of in your space? Great. And even tuning in a little more sharply, a little more keenly. What are the more subtle sounds you're able to hear? Can you hear your breath? Can you hear the hum of the lights? Can you hear birds outside? Just noticing. Great. Take a breath. And now put your attention and awareness on what you are feeling using the sense of touch, body sensations, all of that. Notice what you're able to feel on the exterior of your body, as well as what you're feeling inside. Let's start with the outside. I'm noticing my fingertips are cool. My toes are a little cool. My throat feels a little bit sweaty. under the arms as well. What physical sensations are you able to become aware of when you really slow down? Feeling into your body, where your hands touch another surface, perhaps, or where your seat or feet are touching another surface, where the skin is touching some clothing or a blanket or whatever it is. Just noticing that sense of touch. Now moving your attention to what you can see, even with your eyes closed. Just notice if there are patterns or shapes behind your eyelids. You can turn your head with your eyes closed and see what changes behind those eyelids. I'm always fascinated by what I can see with my eyes closed. And now moving on to taste, see if there are any, if there's any sense of taste in your mouth, perhaps leftover from lunch or coffee or whatever. There might be no taste at all right now. And finally, also smell. Using your sense of smell, what odors are you able to pick up, if any? Today I'm not picking up any scents. But I kind of enjoy the opportunity to slow down enough to consider whether I'm able to smell anything or not. Without all the other distractions and ideas and thoughts racing in my mind, I can just be with this gentle awareness of my five senses in this moment and in this time and in this space. Now, in this gentle state, in this gentle, restful state of mindfulness and awareness, allow yourself to envision yourself having a perfect day. It could be what your perfect day today looks like. It could be what your perfect day in the future looks like. It could be your ideal place, time, vision for what feels really perfect, really delicious for you, really fulfilling. Allow yourself to envision that. Some people go to relaxing on a beach, a tropical beach, relaxing on a towel or in a chaise or whatever. Sometimes it's in a field, sometimes it's a garden, sometimes it's flying or paragliding, who knows? So whatever it is for you, see yourself having that perfect, that most fulfilling experience that makes you feel really alive and really calm, peaceful, content. It's really about Where do you feel most content? What does that look like and feel like? So we're going to do a little exercise right now where you can hold that vision sort of on the one side. We'll do a polarities exercise, okay? And so feeling into the body sensation, the image, the thoughts, and the emotions that go with that ideal place and time, that perfect place where you feel most content, or you imagine you feel most content. So that's your idyllic favorite place, okay? And then, so body sensations, so physical sensation inside or outside of your body, what that feels like, what the image is in your head of being in that space, what the thought is that goes along with it. Like it could even just be like a sigh, like, ah, that is my thought, peacefulness. Oh my gosh. And the emotion, like, could be gratitude or relief or joy or exhilaration, whatever it is for you. So that's the idyllic place. And now allow yourself to take a breath and sort of step out of that place for a moment and come into where you are right now as you listen to this, as you're sitting here with me, aware of the things you were able to pick up around you earlier with the senses. So, you're in your space. I'm hearing the traffic outside. I can hear the wind rustling my paper a little bit periodically. I can feel the coolness in my fingertips. I'm standing on my feet, right? Et cetera, et cetera. So your body sensations, any images that go along with you here in the space, thoughts. My thought is, I'm hoping to remember all the things to run this practice, and I'm enjoying being in it. And my emotion is, it is a sense of contentment, actually. Yeah. Okay. So getting a real sense of that. Okay. So now, sort of firming up those two images, almost like you took snapshots of them, like someone came and was videotaping you in that space, or you are making it yourself, and you make a frozen snapshot of yourself in that idyllic place. And then they made another snapshot of you in your here and now place. Okay. So you have these two images, essentially. I'm a visual artist. So for me, it works for me. I hope it works for you. Most people are able to use their visualization skills, even if they think they're not creative or visual. And we'll see how that goes. Let me know. Okay, so here we go. Going back into the image of you in the idyllic, content space where you feel the most alive. Not moving, not allowing the image to change at all, just exactly as it is in that frozen moment, frozen image. Just notice if the image has faded at all or changed at all, or if the thought is the same, or maybe it's faded, or maybe it's even gone, maybe you can't remember. And the body sensations might not be as prevalent as when you first created that snapshot. Or they might be exactly the same. You might still be completely in that space and time, like you can see that. And the image, so the body sensation, the image, the thought, the emotion. Is the emotion the same, faded, or gone? I'd say for me, they've each faded a little bit in that idyllic space. Okay, so take a breath and let that go. And now imagine that you're looking at the image that you created of yourself in the here and now, right? The right here and now. Looking at that imaginary snapshot. Has the image, is it the same, faded, or gone? The body sensation from the here and now image that you created, is it the same, faded, or gone? That sort of experience that you encapsulated, represented in that image. You can still feel it. Is it still as strong as it was, or is it, the same, the faded, or gone? The thought that was going through your mind, is it still running through your head, or has it faded? Or is it gone? And the emotion that you felt in that here and now experience, is it the same, faded, or gone? For me, for each of them, they are quite faded. I have to sort of search my brain to remember what was my body sensation that I connected to that still shot. What was the thought that was going through my mind, right? So that means it's faded, it's changed. If it's changed, it's faded, we say. Okay, take a breath in, let it go. Now going back to your idyllic image, what's remaining of that sort of still photograph that you did of your idyllic spot. Notice if the body sensation that was with it is still present, and is it the same, faded, or gone? And the image that was created, is it the same, faded, or gone? And the thought that went along with that idyllic spot, is it the same, faded, or gone? And the emotion that was present to that being in that space and time, that still image you took, is it the same, faded, or gone? For me, each of those are quite faded. Yeah, I really have to search around to see if I can locate them again. Okay, great. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Now going to the still image that you created of the here and now, of your present moment. Notice if the image in your mind's eye from that image that you created is the same, faded, or gone. Has it changed? Has it really faint? Is it totally gone? It's just totally something new, or just present time awareness of you in your space here and now. And what about the thought that went along with that original snapshot? Is it the same, faded, or gone? And how about the body sensations from that snapshot that you made? Is it the same, faded, or gone? And what about the emotion that went along with the here and now snapshot that you made? Is it the same, faded, or gone? Great. Take a breath, let it go. And go back one more time into this image, the snapshot that you created of your idyllic, perfect place where you're most content, feel most alive, that snapshot that you created. Notice the body sensations. Are they the same, faded, or gone from when you created that? Have they faded away? Are they still present? Are they gone? Do you have to sort of search for them to remember? How about the image that you created in that still shot of the idyllic spot? Is it the same? Is it faded? Is it gone? And the thought that you had for that idyllic spot, feeling yourself in that space, whatever thought was going through your mind, has it disappeared? Is it still there? Has it faded? And the emotion that you felt in that snapshot of the idyllic place, is it the same? Is it faded? Is it gone? Yeah, just noticing if there's anything remaining there. Take a breath. Let it go, that experience, and now come back into the here and now experience of, and looking at that snapshot that you created. This one more time here. Looking at that snapshot that you created of the here and now. The body sensation that you had, is it the same, faded, or gone? The image that you had of yourself in the here and now, is it the same, faded, or gone? Has it changed at all? Or is it completely gone? Can you still see any of it? And if you're looking at a still photograph of it. And then the thought that was present, is it the same, faded, or gone? And the emotion that went with that still shot that you did of you in the here and now, is it the same, faded, or gone? Do you have to look for it? Or is it right there? Or is it completely like, oh, it's gone? Can't even remember what it was. Great. Take a breath in. Take a big, deep inhale and try to see the two of them together. The snapshot of you in the idyllic place and you in the here and now, in whatever form is still left, if there's anything left. Take a big, deep inhale. And on the exhale, see what happens between the two stills. And let me know what happens. Have they merged? Are they separate? Are they far apart? If there's anything left, are they far apart? Are they ghostly? Are they totally merged together and it's just like a open gray space or space of light or whatever? Sometimes it can be patterned. Sometimes it can be a sensation in the body. People can sometimes feel like, oh, this one's over here and this one's over here. And actually now they're all in the center and it's all one thing now. So allow yourself to see them come together and merge together. Or if they're not ready to merge yet, that's fine. Just noticing what the differences are, if there is any difference now. So imagine that they have completely merged together, and that instead of seeing two separate places and experiences that were captured in those snapshots that we made, imagine that they've come together and are completely merged and you cannot see the difference between them. And you can't feel the difference between them. You can't see them. You can't feel a difference between them, right? No strong discerning thoughts that are keeping them separate and like, no, I'm not that, it's just like totally blended together. Body sensations, just noticing these merging together, just completely, almost like a nothingness. Okay, so allow your imagination to create that totally merged, mm, ex- I want to say experience, but that doesn't seem like the right word. These two polarities have merged together completely. So it's just one thing or nothing. It's almost more like nothing. Allow yourself to sort of step into that nothing, that just knowing that it's all the things and it's nothing. And you can just gently step into it and experience this space of nothingness. There's no polarity, there's no difference, there's no one is better or worse than the other, one is more desirable or less desirable than the other. They are the same in this space that we're in right now. Allowing your imagination to create this experience, allow yourself to have this experience. And feeling that oneness, this space of nothingness and everything together, just as I'm sort of seeing it as like fog for me. It may be different for you. Whatever feels or looks like a full merging for you, just go with that. Breathe into it, allow it to just be in you, around you, part of you. And allow this, imagine a ball of light coming above your head, this warm ball of light energy, love, healing, cleansing, however you wish to think of it in terms that work for you. And that it comes down through into your head, into your mouth area, through your neck and your shoulders. Is just a light of energy, love, bliss, whatever you want to call it. And let it flow very slowly through your body, down through your chest, on your torso, and your arms. And it's just enlivening and loving and healing all the molecules, all of the cells in your body. Down through your abdomen, through your genital area, your thighs, all the way down through your hands and fingertips, your knees, your calves, your legs, your ankles, your feet, your soles, your toes. This light that is just filling you with energy and love and healing and cleansing. Life source. Connecting it down into the earth, down into the earth's core. And you can even bring your awareness up to the top of your head and extend the light up through, all the way up through into the galaxy, into the heavens, into the stars. And feel yourself, your entire self, illuminated by this beautiful, magical light. Feel the energy that it gives you. Imagine with your inhales, it's drawing in the most positive energies and healing and love and all the things that you feel you need and want in your life. And exhaling all the things that are not serving. any energies or memories that are just not serving you. You can just exhale them out. Drawing in the source energy, the power energy, the light energy. And exhaling any remnants of anything that just doesn't feel good anymore. Just you want to let go of it. And one more breath in, receiving that energy, love, light, healing. Beautiful source creation energy, earth and heavens. And exhaling out anything you no longer need. Now just allowing yourself to slowly come back when you're ready to the here and now, to being present, feeling your seat in your chair or your feet on the floor. Moving your shoulders or your arms or your body any way that it feels like it needs, perhaps a stretch or a shake or a bounce or whatever it is that your body needs right now to come back into this present state awareness of where you are now on this call with me, doing this relaxing exercise of polarity integration, a polarity integration of like where we feel best and where we are today, and finding a place where they're not different, actually, like we have them all within us and without us. Even if we're not physically standing in the same space that we were in our idyllic spot, we can access the pleasure and contentment, the exhilaration, the thrill, or whatever the things were that we were experiencing in that experience. We can intentionally, just in a simple practice like this, access them, right? And be in that. And also be present to where we are right now, today, in this moment. And the cool thing about that is, well, there are a lot of cool things about it, I think. One is it's accessible to you at any time. You can do that exercise of integrating polarities anytime on your own. It's free. You don't have to go anywhere special to do it. There are all kinds of resources online to help you do more of that if you want to. There are all kinds of studies that talk about how this kind of mindfulness, meditation, and visualization can really do wonders in your life. It can help you heal your body. It can help you achieve the goals that you're after. It can help you feel more at peace with what's going on in the world and in your own life. And it's true that it doesn't solve the things, doesn't radically change the external experience, things that are happening in the world, but definitely changes how you feel in relation to those things. So you do have a choice in controlling how you feel and what you think. And the thoughts, I love this from the Tut. Mike Dooley turned me on to this phrase a long time ago. Thoughts become things, think the good ones, right? Not about denying what's going on. It's about maintaining a sense of peace and capacity and contentment in our bodies and in our nervous systems, like a way to regulate our nervous system so that we feel calm. And from a place of calm, our minds work so much better. We're able to be so much more creative, so much more thoughtful, considerate, compassionate, empathic, even philanthropic, proactive, helpful, innovative. It's hard to be innovative when we're really wound up in angst and fear and longing and sense of lack and things like that. Really impacts our ability to move forward towards what we want, either what we want to be or what we want to do or what we want to have. Having that energy of lack and fear and angst and disappointment really puts a damper on what's possible for you, what's possible for the world, what's possible for your family. And mindset is really the biggest thing that we can use to create the life, the world that we want. Because if we are able to keep ourselves regulated and able to access and tap into feeling content, feeling calm, feeling peaceful, then from there, we're able to do so much more. So I'd love to know what you think, what you've experienced. If you want to put a comment in the comment section, either here in Facebook or once this is up on YouTube, please do. That would be awesome. I'd love to know what you think, what your experience was if you did this exercise with me today. And yeah, so like I've said in many of these calls, that what's helped me thrive are a number of different practices, different teachers, different free resources online. I've named a bunch of them in the past episodes. A quick list that's coming to mind right now is the Satori Prime guys, Guy and Elon Ferdman. They run a really great Facebook page, and I think they're on other platforms now too. They might also have everything up on YouTube now still. They really helped me a lot. Accelerated Evolution, Warrior Sage, really helped me in gaining skills around really around nervous system regulation, as has also the tapping solution. So Nick Ortner and his organization, I think is called the Tapping Solution. There's an app for it. I have it on my phone. Even the free version has a few good freebies that actually I was listening to this past week that helped me regulate my system again when it was feeling a little like critical of myself and how productive I was being or not being, right? So that's often one that comes in, and I have a very critical couple of parts that like to really make a lot of noise and criticize me, say all kinds of mean things to me. And so there are lots of ways to get a handle on those parts and not let them drive the bus, which of course I've talked about numerous times on this channel. And so that's, like, as you know, such a key thing is like getting those under control, not banishing them or hating them. You know, we can still appreciate them and that they've done their job to get us to where we are now, and that they may not be necessary right now, that we've got this, you know, that they don't need to keep us small anymore because they're afraid of what might happen to us, right? A lot of these parts came on board because they were helping us cope with perhaps very dangerous situations or very compromising situations or very stressful or traumatic situations. So we could certainly appreciate them for the role that they've played in the past. And as we move through our lives and we get clearer on our goals and our desires and what we hope to achieve in the world or give to the world or create in the world, sometimes they really get in the way of those things happening. Like, I know for me, they definitely can hold me back and slow me down. And then there are those other parts that are like, yes, you should have gotten this done 14 years ago or whatever. And it's all good. It's okay. Like, the time has its own pace, and sometimes the snail pace is the right pace. So anyway, I'm not sure I completed that thought, but I hope you got the idea that these parts need acknowledgement. They need love. They don't need to be fixed or banished or hated or dismissed. They just sometimes just need to be acknowledged. And one of the ways we do that is sometimes through these polarity integrations and other processes that I've learned through the accelerated evolution work that I've done, some amazing processes that help, that really allow me to help clients with integrating these things that still have a lot of control and a lot of charge in their lives. And then the other thing that is, I love that it's free and easy to access, is the emotional freedom technique. And like I said, the tapping solution app, and I know they have all kinds of things online as well. Nick Ortner and Jessica Ortner, his sister. I think they have a brother in the business too. Anyway, they're brilliant people, so kind, so generous, and so helpful in the material they put out in the world. So I definitely, if you're looking for free resources, check them out. Another one that's been really helpful in helping me move into living a thriving life instead of a life of scarcity and angst was the Insight Timer app. There are a lot of free, well, this was in 2019, so I know the app has changed considerably since then, and I'm still having a little trouble like finding the things that I used to listen to in the app, so I'm working that out. Nevertheless, it's a great resource, great free meditations. Also, of course, YouTube has millions, or at least hundreds of thousands of free meditations and calming music. Changing the music that I listen to on the day-to-day has been extremely helpful. I mean, I grew up listening to punk rock. I love punk music. I love alternative rock. I love the European bands and all of that. And at a certain point, especially when I was in a deep, deep depression in 2019, 2018, 2017, all the way back through like 2015, maybe, changing what I listened to, changing what I put in to my ears and into my mind made all the difference. It made all the difference. So I want that for everybody. I want that for you. I want that for everyone in your family and everyone that you love, is to be able to change what's going in. And Dr. Andrew Huber, I think it is, said it really well recently, or I heard about it recently. Garbage in, garbage out. What we put in, what we take in, what we listen to is pretty much the same energy vibe that we're going to be giving out. And so, given all the things that are going on in the world and what our human experiences can often feel like, just by being on the planet at this time, it's really helpful to remember that some things we can control. One of them is our mind. One of them is and another is our thoughts, right? And yeah, just to be really intentional about what we're allowing into our lives in the places where we can control that, and to do that with love and a lot of self-love. I mean, really, it's self-care when we take the time to notice what's in our environment and what's in our playlist and so on. So I have been rambling on today. I hope you got something out of this, and I look forward to seeing in the comments what your takeaways are. Please feel free to be in touch. You can always find me on the internet. You can put a comment here. You can put a comment on YouTube. Yeah, I wish you so much love and health and wellness and peace in your life. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Lots and lots of love. Mwah. And I can't wait to be with you again next week and to start sharing some other very exciting things that are coming up. Okay, I love you lots. Take care. Bye.